Chronicle of a Vampire. I was born when the world still remembered how to speak in long, slow syllables. My birth was in the year 874, in a stone hamlet clinging to a river that smelled of iron and time. They called me Aurelian then, a name given by a mother who believed in light. I learned quickly that names are fragile things like glass, and that a man can wear many of them before he learns which one fits his shadow. My origin is not a tale of noble blood or a bargain with devils, but of a thirst that would not be sated. I tended the dead and the dying, a quiet hand in the dark, until the spring beneath the old willow began to sing. The water. There was colder than winter and clearer than truth. One night, under a sky the color of old coins, I drank. The year was 1204, the year the world rearranged itself in ways I could not yet name, and the water did not cool my fever so much as unmake my ending. I remember the taste, iron and rain, and the slow, terrible sweetness of forever. After that night I learned the economy of names. In the courts of a fractured kingdom I was Lord Vesper, a whisper at the back of a throne. In the desert caravans I answered to Khalid al-Nahar, the man who knew where rivers hid. In the north I was Count Draven, a patron of poets who never aged. Kings signed treaties with my council. Queens took my confidences to bed, and generals found my letters folded into their boots. Each name bought me a different mask, and each mask let me move where mortals could not. I shook kingdoms not by sword alone, but by the slow, patient art of unmaking certainty. I taught a prince to fear his own shadow. I taught a merchant to trust a coin that bore my mark. I loved once, briefly, foolishly, and that love toppled a dynasty because I could not bear to see the woman I loved die. I have watched cities burn and rise again, watched languages bloom and wither like flowers in a courtyard. Empires are like tides. I learned to stand where the water would not reach me and to pull at the currents until the shore changed. Centuries taught me cruelty and restraint in equal measure. I learned to be invisible in the places that mattered, the bedchamber, the council chamber, the ledger. I learned that a single whispered doubt can topple a throne faster than an army. I learned to keep my hands clean enough that men blamed the weather and not me. Still, there are nights when the weight of all those names presses against my ribs, and I remember the boy who once believed in light. Now when I walk through a capital I have seen rise twice. People call me by a dozen names and none of them fit. I am older than the treaties I helped write and younger than the legends that have grown around me. I keep the willow spring in my memory like a map. I return to it sometimes, not to drink, but to remember the moment the world offered me forever and I took it. The water made me what I am, and the centuries taught me how to use it. If you ask me,